Social engineering, let's talk about this one. If you imagine, a lot of this flavor of social engineering is already in the fishes themselves, right? They're trying to get you to do something. Social engineering just means they are actively trying to trick you, right? In this case, we saw Russian link Star Blizzard took the time to research targets and build trust during a spear phishing target organization. So literally, they spent the time to learn what the people liked, what they wanted to talk about, their interests, their hobbies. Why? Because it's on social media. And then they use that and they craft it from human to human, right? Or maybe then they use AI to leverage that over and over again. But the point is, it's slow and methodical. They're gaining trust over time. They don't start by asking you to click a link. They later on give you something that, oh, you might be interested in. Oh, that's great. You should look at this. Okay? That's really where they're taking it. Looking to build trust over time and can spend months or years. They are patient. And then they can do AI to make it more effective and to look at their writing and to do the other things of it. When we look at an actual social engineering attack, discovery and investigation, perhaps the most important aspect, right? Because it's social engineering, they need to know about you. Then they're going to figure out what you're interested in, give you that deception, find that hook. Then they're going to use whatever you did to attack you, right? And then they're going to retreat so you don't know it happened. Ideally, you'll never detect them in their world, right? So that they can maybe hit you over and over or hit your contacts, right? Maybe you aren't the target, maybe your boss is, or maybe the next county over is.
The you aren't the target thing actually brings up something I wanted to bring up earlier with Facebook. A lot of people say when I say worry about Facebook and what you're putting on there, oh, well, only my friends can see my profile. And then I always respond with, well, how secure do you think your friends are?
Agreed.
Do they also do that?
Yeah, or is it in public, right?
So, because going after a friend of somebody so that you can see their profile is absolutely a tactic.
Right. Or if they say that friend posts you, tells things that you wouldn't do on your own.
Yeah. And again, this isn't to be paranoid about the entire world with no with no reservation.
Actually.
But the point here is just know what you're putting out there online. Recognize that yes, I am posting about this, so somebody else that I don't know might know it.
Yeah,
and that's okay. Just know
consider it as part of the risk.
Right. Exactly.
All right, so it is personal. It's getting personal. Email forgeries are designed to trick us into doing something, and they're leveraging things that we don't know are even bad yet, right? Zero-day events, it's just a brand new one. They're blended multi-vector tactics, right? Sometimes you get a little bit of badness from this thing, something we call polymorphism, or they're getting you to do the URL for the next piece, or click on the website, or do a download even though you didn't intend to. All those pieces then assemble themselves and turn into malware, right? And give them access or control. We see a lot of Dropbox, Google Drive, and other services used to deliver it then. Why? Well, because that's what its job is. It's there to deliver files and give access to people. It's hard for it to check everything it's delivering, right? And so it's the number one delivery mechanism of malware because it works. People will put things there. Compromised tokens is another way to do it, to allow that access. In other words, they listen to your communication in a man-in-the-middle kind of an approach, and then use the valid things that you just did to gain access, right? And we'll see invoices, DocuSign all the time now, right? I see it every single day, and around tax season, et cetera, tax phishing, we see it all the time. Surging usage and effectiveness, 20% of confirmed data breaches involve social engineering. And we're going to see that number increase, in my opinion. 82% of breaches involve a human element, right?
Yep.
It's effective, human to human. 74% of all breaches are due in part to human error. In other words, we shouldn't have done it. We misused our privileges. We didn't use good passwords, or our credentials were stolen, or they were really nice and we let them in. That's what happened to MGM, by the way. That entire attack was social engineering. 10 minutes to get into a $20 billion company. The average organizations target over 700 social engineering attacks a year. So you got to be on top of your game every single time. And that would be twice a day almost. ChatGPT, social engineering, we see this over and over again. Threat actors are leveraging the generative aspects, right? The creative side of things to create new stuff using all of its knowledge, right? And it's really good. Targeting the vulnerabilities of individual employees breached their whole organization through that employee. A lot of the ones we talked about earlier, it was only a handful of people that gave them access to everything. And that happens over and over again. This development means that users are now more easily attackable than ever, right? Because they're using ChatGPT, they're using the social aspect, they're tricking us in ways that we're interested in. And they widen the attack surface because organizations are trying to foster this culture of cybervigilance across every fabric of their enterprise. It has to be pervasive. It has to be a shared responsibility model. Well, that means that they can attack us in many different ways, right? And to Alex's point, it doesn't have to be direct. It can indirectly